What's up, you good fellow fly guys? You know who it is, the cat in the hat, your resident fly guy, your chief architect, Michael Andrew of StarArchitects.com, here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. And welcome to a new segment that I'm introducing called Social Intelligence Saturdays. Now, there are so many guys out here saying that they're gentlemen and that they know how to move in social situations, only to find them later on looking like crazy people when they are stepping out. And I want you to not only be stylish, but for you to be socially intelligent, for you to be socially smart. I'm not asking you to be a gentleman. Quite frankly, some people think that I'm an asshole, and I can't hold that against them, but I do want you to know how to move in certain situations where now in social media, people are paying attention to you at all times. All eyes and cameras on you are on you when you're doing wild, reckless shit. And now you can't escape that, because once it's on the internet, they say it's forever. So I do want to make sure that you are moving with a certain amount of decorum, of awareness, and intention so that your image reflects your identity. So today we're going to be talking briefly about separation. And it's fitting since we were talking about the blazer and how it creates a separate element for you when you are stepping out. But what do you need to separate from? Well, when you're stepping out into social situations and in personal situations, you need to separate in two spaces. The first separation that you need to make is from the bullshit. If you are dealing with headaches, whether it's through families, through relationships, you have to find a way to separate yourself. And the second thing that you have to separate yourself is the people who are dealing on lower standards than yourself. So when it comes to you separating yourself from the BS, you may have family members or people in your life that you can't necessarily get away from. And in that space, I would offer 3 tips that will help keep you in that positive frame of mind until you can remove yourself from that negative space. And the first one is to work out. The studies show that when you work out, whether it's running or whether it's weightlifting, any of those different types of things, your body actually feels better after you work out. Not to mention the fact that you find yourself getting both mentally stronger as well as physically stronger when you're working out. So if you can, get outside of the house and go take a run, go to a gym or join a gym and start weightlifting or start working out. Do some martial arts. Do anything that's going to keep your mind occupied, and that will also let you blow off some steam when things get difficult. On the other side, if you can't do that for injuries or you're just not a workout type, then I would tell you to find a space of escape. For some of my friends, that may be going to the bookstore. Other friends like going to the coffee shop. Other friends just like going to the park or going to museums just to get away from it. And I've noticed that those friends, if they're in negative spaces, may stay there literally all day, just so that they can be lost in the space. A lot of times those places aren't going to kick you out, so you're in a good place. And by the time you get home, you're just in such a positive mood that it takes a whole lot for people to bring you back down. And if they are, find another way to get out or escape or go to sleep. And lastly, if neither one of those two things are viable options, then damn, you are in a situation. You're in a bit of a pickle, right? If that's the case, then start escaping into technology. Technology is a great way for you just to get away from something. Start listening to podcasts about positive, affirmations, or about people who are living successful and the things that they're doing. Start watching YouTube channels that are going to enliven and enrich your life with your headphones in. If you have to deal with a whole lot of chaos in your home, that's a perfect way for you to focus on personal development and being better when it comes to who you are and what you're looking to express. And then lastly, if you find yourself in a space where neither one of those things are viable options, then I would tell you to start just getting your feelings and your expressions out. Whether that's journaling, whether that's through art, any one of those mediums are going to be beneficial and just helping you get rid of the negative energy. Because if you sit with negative energy, it's going to be bad for your health. It'll also be bad for your mental state, and nobody really wants that. So So you have that side, that's just some BS, like, right, just some negative people that you don't want to be around or anything like that. But what about if you're dealing with some friends or you're in social circles where the standard has been set really, really low and you have aspirations of being greater and doing better? They say that if you want to be, better or more successful than the average people, that you have to do what the average people don't. And a lot of people aren't really willing to make that investment, because being on the pursuit of success is not always fun. It's not always recognized. It's not always appreciated. And so you have to be able to withstand that space and, to a certain degree, be self-disciplined. Well, that kind of thing happened for me. I had some friends that I was really close with, had much love for, and they just weren't focused on the same goals as I was. And they weren't willing to put in the necessary work that I was. And so because of that, we found ourselves in a separate spaces. Now, these are still some amazingly great and talented guys, and I think that they're going to find their success in their own right. But it just wasn't what I was looking for and what I was looking to pursue. So I had to separate myself from them. And I'm going to tell you some real shit. That's probably one of the hardest things that you will ever do, is separate what is comfortable and what's familiar. Because now you're going into uncharted waters, and you're really going to be in a space where you're going to have to push yourself, where you're going to doubt yourself and have to push through all those different types of things. That's kind of like the dudes who, when you were young, were just looking to smash a chick. They didn't really care what she looked like, or what she was about, or what she was with, and they're still doing that at 30, or they're still doing that at 35, right? That's not a good look. You have to change your standards. You have to raise your standards and say, yo, I want a chick who's beautiful on the outside as well as on the inside. I want a job that is fulfilling to me and that is, pushing my purpose. All those different types of things are going to help you create a standard of separation. And there's nothing wrong with you being separate, because those are the people who get all of the benefits from separating or elevating themselves from the crowd. And so in that space, trust and believe that you will not be alone as you begin to separate yourself in certain situations. Your social situations and your social circles are just going to change. And as they say, if our wealth and our notoriety are a reflection of the 5 people that we are hanging around the most, and your homies ain't getting money or aren't helping you better your purpose through your presentation or how you're moving throughout society, then it's probably time to separate. So I want you to try that on, see how it fits you. If it does, please leave me some comments in the comment box and let me know what your thoughts are. And go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It does help my channel. Please make sure that you share this with a friend. I guarantee there's some dudes who need to start separating themselves either from the bullshit or from those people who aren't setting the standard, and they definitely need to hear this. Please make sure that you subscribe if you're feeling the vibe. I'm here every Monday through Saturday at 6:30 p.m. here to help you redesign your frame of mind when it comes to the styling thing. And lastly, please don't ever forget that dress is nothing more than the expression of a man's state of mind, so you should always dress to express. See you next time. Peace.